y'all, and welcome to 31 Days of Halloween. Today we are becoming Chucky. Well, something like that. So let's get into this look. I'm gonna go ahead and tie my hair back so it's not in the way and moisturize my face because I just gave it a good wash and it's a little dry. This year I wanted to make all of my looks look a little bit more realistic, so I grabbed this special effects kit from Amazon, and it comes with the sculpting gel, some fake blood, a sculpting tool, some sponges, all kind of stuff. And I also got some new brushes too, so I just wanted y'all to see those because they're cute. Okay, let's get into the makeup now. So to start out, I am taking just some regular brown eyeshadow, and I'm using it to mark out where I want my scars on my face. This just helps me to get a visual without doing anything too permanent. Now I'm gonna go in with an Elmer's glue stick. I thought I needed to buy some more, and I found this whole box in my makeup and supplies. So we're gonna take that and just go over that eyebrow where all of the scars are, and we're just gonna try to flatten that brow. We're gonna set it with some translucent baking powder and get that in there. That also helps it dry quick so that we can add another coat. And I just added 2 coats. You can add as many as you feel you need to flatten and get rid of that hair on your face. One of the good things about using that eyeshadow to kind of mark things out is you can always change it and use a makeup wipe and just wipe it off if you want to change anything. So I just did that, went in and fixed where my 2 of my scars were. I just wasn't happy with them, so I went in and kind of touched them up a little bit, added some more to the other side as well. You can do this as many times as you need to until you are satisfied with the desired look. Next, we're going in with that scar wax. Now y'all, disclaimer, this is my first time ever using scar wax, so I really have no idea what I'm doing, but it came with a little sculpting tool as well as this caster sealer. And from the videos that I watched on YouTube, a lot of people were putting that sealer down and sticking the scar wax on top of it. That was obviously not how to use this kit, because the scar wax actually did not stick to that sealer. Not only did it not stick to that sealer, but that sealer actually broke that scar wax down from like wax to like a very moist, sticky clay type of texture. At this point, it was sticking all over the place. I couldn't get it to form. I was like, let me just wipe it off and start over. So now I'm starting with some fresh scar wax and just trying to apply it to my chin where I did not apply that caster sealer. And just because of the area, I had a lot of problems with my chin because it just, y'all could see me being frustrated. It just would not do right. At this point, I go back to the other side of my face where I also did not place any of that oily sealer, and I just go in and try to stick. Instead of on my chin, I was trying to form like the lifting skin on both sides of where I put the markings. This time, I'm just trying to put it directly on, and then I'm going to use that little sculpting tool to sculpt the scar in the middle of the wax afterwards. Well, you guys will see. Anyways, now I'm very frustrated. It's not doing the thing I wanted to do, but at this point, I figured I'm already here, so let's just keep going. And I tried to sculpt in the middle of that scar, and as you can see, it just starts lifting on the areas where it was, I guess, too thin. It keeps lifting up, and I'm getting so frustrated, y'all. So frustrated. I don't even know, but at this point, I feel like we're too far in, so we just got to keep going. So I'm going back in on the side where I have wiped up most of that sealer, and I'm trying to reapply the scar wax. Now, if you're watching this video and you have successfully used scar wax before, please let me know what I'm doing wrong or leave me some pointers down in the comments, because look, at this point, I never want to work with scar wax ever again. It's really kicking my behind, y'all. Like, I was not a happy camper for this part. And although everything is sped up in this video, the complete look took about 2 hours, and this sculpting wax took an entire hour by itself. An hour. And that's just time that I'm not willing to give up for some doggone realistic scars. So Not sure if I will continue using the scar wax in future looks, but at this point, like I said, I was too far in. I just had to see it through. So you'll see me just going over and over and over it with more scar wax, trying to get all of those scars down. It was hard because when I would go over an area, it would often lift up an entire area of the scar wax, and then I would have to reapply it. I'm also trying to thin out the edges with the sculpting tool so that it looks more flush with my flesh. This was just a whole process, y'all. I'm looking back at the footage now, doing the voiceover, and I'm triggered. I don't even want to work with this stuff today, and I probably won't. But anyways, I did order another scar wax kit, so I am willing to try that one and see what the difference is. Hopefully that one comes with some instructions, so I'll know exactly what I'm doing with that kit. But we shall see. For now, I'm just trying to get it right. And I did get it to a point where I was somewhat satisfied. So I was like, you know what? Let's just try to leave it like that and move forward. But one thing about me, I've never known how to leave well enough alone. So you'll see. But this is where we're stopping with the scar wax. And I'm going in with my LA Girl Pro Conceal. Just all over. This is going to be like my skin tone base. And I'm hoping that the concealer will kind of cover up or go over that scar wax, because again, I haven't tried it. This is just my first time trying it in front of you guys. But fortunately, it did kind of cover up some of that scar wax. It did also lift up some of the scar wax, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. So counting my blessings. So I'm just going in on all of my flesh and where the scars are and adding that concealer. Y'all, I was so beat. Now I'm setting everything with that same translucent baking powder. I'm just piling it on at this point. The makeup is piled on, the scar wax is piled on, so I might as well just pile on the setting powder as well. And this is what it's looking like. To be honest, the scars were giving kind of realistic. Now I'm going in with my Love Lex Luxury palette. You can use any palette that you want for this. I'm just going in with some red and putting it right in the middle of the scars, just so you can kind of see the blood coming through. Now this kit did come with blood, but I always like to use some kind of dry product first and then go on top with the blood, just so that it's more opaque, because the blood is more translucent. So you'll get a better coverage if you apply some red eyeshadow before you add on fake blood. And that goes for any look. Look at me, y'all. I gotta take a breath because this is blowing me for real. Now for the middle part of my eye, I'm going in with some makeup cream. This is just some cheap Halloween makeup from Walmart. So I'm using that to get some full coverage red around that eye. It's just a lot quicker than putting down the eyeshadow, and I'm happy with this. And y'all know me, I can never leave well enough alone. So here I am trying to flatten out that scar wax a little bit more and make it more flush to my flesh. And then of course, after I messed that up, I had to go back in with my concealer and touch that up. But in hindsight, I am glad I did this, because it made it look a little bit better. So after that, I'm gonna go ahead in with my setting powder and set that again. Can y'all imagine the layers of makeup? Talk about caked. Once I'm finally satisfied with that, I'm gonna go in with some brown eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna create some little, I don't know, I'm trying to make it look a little bit more dimensional. So I'm adding like shadows around each scar, on each side of each scar, so that it gives it a little bit of depth. I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but I did think it made a huge difference, so I was happy about that. it started really coming together, and I felt good. Now, any spots that were kind of open, I went over with some blood just to fill it in. That's the easiest way to fix it. Now I'm going in with some black eyeshadow and adding some depth into that red around my eye. I mean, blood is red, but you know, we're talking about dried blood that's getting ready to scab and be crusty. Now for the stitches, I'm going in with some black liquid liner. This is just some cheap black liquid liner from the Dollar Tree because I'm not trying to mess up no good liquid liner, y'all. In fact, most of this makeup is from Walmart, Dollar Tree. Every now and then you'll see a product that I ordered from Amazon if it was something specific that I couldn't find in like a dollar store or a Walmart. This is probably a good time to let you guys know that I am not a professional makeup artist. I am just an artist that likes doing makeup. So now I'm taking that brown eyeshadow and I'm going over my eyebrow, or at least the pieces of my eyebrow that you can still see. And I'm just making that kind of fluffy and brown. I decided to take that scar down my nose. I'm not going to bother with that scar wax. I'm just drawing it with the red and adding brown around it, and then the stitches. Now I just took a little bit of that brown eyeshadow and put it around my eye. Nothing too dramatic, but just, you know, give my eye just a little depth since there's nothing going on that side. And I added a little bit of shimmery gloss. Just, I don't know why, y'all. I just grabbed the closest gloss I found and then lined it with some brown liner. Now I'm going in with the one eye that you know still remains, because that one eye is completely gone and torn up and bloody. But this one, I'm gonna go ahead and add some mascara. I'm also gonna go in and add an eyelash to that side. Now, the last time I did this look in 2023, I'll add a photo. I went for more of a glam look on one side. This time, I'm not really going for glam. I'm just kind of doing like a natural, what I think Chucky's face would look like. So, taking my lash glue and adding an eyelash on that side, but a small eyelash, a natural eyelash. Nothing too dramatic this time. Now I'm going in with that brown eyeshadow and I am just kind of tracing the outline of that bloody patch on the side of my eye, just to also give that a little bit more depth as well. It's very subtle, but I did notice a difference when I did this, and it looked pretty cool to me. Now, after I get all of this laid out like I wanted to, I remember that the kit also came with both a gel type of blood and a spray blood. So now I'm going in with that spray blood and I'm gonna kind of just mist it on my face. Y'all, I tried it out on my hand first and that stuff went everywhere. So I was like, let me try not to get this on my blanket and stuff. So I just gave myself a few little splashes of it. I didn't want to overdo it. Now I'm going in with that gel-like blood, and it was kind of creepy how realistic this stuff looked. And I am just taking a really thin brush and I'm putting it right in the middle of the scar, all of the scars. And then I'm going to also paint it in that eye patch. Now, out of everything that came with this special effects kit, I give it to this blood. This blood was 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. It looked so realistic. I feel like this is the step that took this look to the next level, seriously. And it did end up drying on my face, but even when dry, it still had that shiny kind of fresh blood look. So I will be using this for many more looks to come. Now it's time to go ahead and put on my wig. I was indecisive about if I wanted to wear a red wig or an orange wig, so I did a poll on Facebook, and while waiting for the results, I went ahead and put in my She Jeweled earrings. I made these Chucky earrings last year for 31 days of Halloween, and the video is still up on this page if you want to go see it. These are not for sale, but I will be styling all of my Halloween earrings from last year's 31 days of Halloween and this year's 31 days of Halloween looks. So the orange wig obviously won. This is me trying to serve, but I felt like something was missing. So of course, y'all know me, can never leave well enough alone. I go in with some brown shadow and I just kind of go to contour my cheek, just this one cheek, honestly. And then I went in with some blush and I put it on that cheek, and I tried to sneak in the blush on the other cheek as well. It was just a little difficult just because I already had those scars there and that wet blood was there, so you know, I couldn't do too much. But after I added the blush, I felt like that was exactly what was missing. I just needed a little color in my face. I was looking a little too dead. Now I'm going to insert a photo of my 2023 Chucky look, and you guys compare it to my 2025 Chucky look and let me know which one you like the best. 2023 was kind of like a more glam Chucky, whereas this one is a little bit more realistic. So let me know what you guys think and leave me some love down in the comments. Also, let me know what else you guys want to see for 31 Days of Halloween this year. I do have a list, but nothing is set in stone, so I'm completely open to your suggestions. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!